typical kind of cast iron manifold. Not meant for flowing or sounding good, that's for sure. Do it for Dale, baby. Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have something quite redneck, actually. It's this 1984 Bronco. So we got this car in a real estate deal, and the funny thing is we were going to just sell the car, just make a little extra money. But then what my dad decided to do was actually just fix it because it didn't run quite right. He was like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna fix it up first before I sell it. Then what he decided, what he realized was that he actually liked working on the truck, and he likes it so much that I think he's going to keep it and restore it and kind of fix it up a little bit. The main problem with this old body style of Bronco is they have all that, you know, 80s emissions choke crap on it, and that's no bueno for performance. This thing is pathetically slow. As a matter of fact, I have a video that I took last year of this car attempting to do a burnout. Let's go ahead and play that footage.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Yep, send it. So as you can see, it won't even do like a basic burnout. Like it can't even do a burnout out of its own power, which is very un-American, if you ask me. 5.8 liter V8, 351 Windsor, can't even do a burnout. So that's no bueno. So we're gonna try to fix that. We already have the long tube headers on it. Well, I'll show you what that looks like. So we got those on. Pretty easy to install. This isn't really gonna be a how-to video on how to install these, because let's be honest, like there's a lot of those on YouTube already. So what we got to do now is we got to hook the exhaust up. You can't just drive around in open headers. Like nobody's gonna want to ever talk to you again. So you would think, you know, in a Ford like this, you could probably just route the exhaust anywhere. You have so much room under here, but you actually don't. It's kind of weird. You could route the exhaust really haphazardly, but you lose probably, you know, a few inches of ground clearance. And on a car like this, I don't think that's really negotiable. I think this car having a lot of ground clearance is kind of the point. I'll show you what the problem is here. As you can see, there's like this cross member here, right? So that's where your exhaust comes out. There's the cross member. Now there's two different ways you can do this. The stock exhaust, the way it routes, is it kind of comes up along, so you can see the sort of recess where the pipe would run, and then it Y's in right before that cross member there with the passenger side cylinder bank, and then comes up over that cross member. Well, we're increasing the piping diameter and we have long tube headers now, so it's gonna be a tight fit. We might be able to make that work. I've seen pictures on the internet of people running it that way. So I'm gonna take this down to the exhaust shop and see what they think, if that's gonna be the way to go. The other way we could do this, we could run this like out and around the transfer case and cross member here. I don't know what the perfect answer is. I don't have the perfect answer. Hopefully the exhaust shop can kind of play consultant for me and help me figure out what the best way forward is. Ultimately, we want to see if there was that actual performance increase. So we'll have to reattempt the burnout after all this and see if we can, you know, do it for Dale. Anyway, that's the challenge. That's what I'm working on today. We got to get an open header clip for you guys. Just moved the Bronco for the first time in probably a month. It's been kind of sitting in the backyard where it was getting some work done. Obviously the headers, as well as some just miscellaneous maintenance stuff, but super loud. Obviously I'm not going full throttle and revving it yet. Yeah, good sound. I mean, I can't wait to hear what it sounds like with a catback. Speaking of which, let's, what do you say we go get this thing a catback so that we can drive it around and not get arrested? Sounds good? Sounds good. Let's do it. All right, so I'm just gonna clean up the backyard here really quick. And before I do, I'm just gonna show you the stock exhaust components. So these are the manifolds for the stock Ford 351. Exhaust ports are tiny. I can barely get my finger in there. You know, just your typical kind of cast iron manifold. Not meant for flowing or sounding good, that's for sure. I have no idea what this is. All I know is it has something to do with emissions, I think, and that is no bueno. This is one of the catalytic converters. This is the big boy. Let's see if we can see in there. I don't know if you can see this on camera. It's kind of a honeycomb. Looks like a bee's nest or something. And then you've got this, which is, I think this is also a cat. Yeah, you can see there's also some guts in there. So cat 1, cat 2, tiny little 2 1/4 inch piping, all gone, no bueno. This looks like the, what is it, the passenger side manifold. As you can see, they have some provisions for, I don't know, something emissions related. I wonder if that's what that could, I have no idea, I'm not even gonna pretend. This looks like, I don't know, EGR maybe? I don't know. That's probably what that is actually. All that back there is the reason everyone hates 80s cars, is why they think 80s cars are awful. I don't think they're awful, I just think that they need some updating, but they're not bad cars. A lot of them are actually pretty solid mechanically. Anyway, can't wait to hear what this thing sounds like, can't wait to hear how it runs, and can't wait to give it a little test drive, so stick around, stay tuned. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me okay. It's pretty loud in here, with open headers, but so one thing I already noticed is when I went to start the car, it fired right up. It used to start kind of hard. It felt like it didn't want to start. With the headers on it, I don't know, it just fired right up. Both when I pulled it out of the backyard and then just now. Just gonna kind of let it warm up before I give it the beans. It's loud, it definitely needs an exhaust. You can't drive it like this, but it's definitely fun to take it for a little ride. Oh, that idle. Dude, that idle's so good. Okay, you guys are gonna give me crap for this, but I think it has a little more power. It used to kind of struggle to get up that hill. It has no problem with it now. Maybe it's placebo, maybe it's butt dyno, maybe I just want to believe this thing has more power, but it really does feel like it has a little bit more power, which is surprising because we lost so much back pressure by running open headers. Do it for Dale, baby. God bless America. Oh, it used to struggle so hard to do the speed limit. I mean, it used to struggle, to get up to highway speed, especially on that on-ramp back there, which is up a hill. It has no problem. That is absolutely an improvement. Now we gotta find out if it does a burnout. Well, we don't have time for that right now. We gotta go put an exhaust on this thing. So one thing I remember very distinctly about this truck is that it used to run a little bit hot. It doesn't seem to do that quite as much anymore. Granted, I haven't been driving it that long, but the needle is kind of right in the middle where it should be. Whereas I always felt like before, it was getting a little too close to that H. This is awesome. This is really awesome. Highly recommended. These old 80s cars, I mean, they're all just really begging to be de-restricted. That's what they need. Okay, so we actually couldn't find any exhaust shops that could get us in on such short notice. And the ones that could, they all wanted to like put catalytic converters back on it because of laws and stuff. So I think we're probably gonna have to go some sort of custom route, as in we're gonna have to fabricate the exhaust ourselves. We're gonna have to make friends with a welder. We do know some welders, and so, like I said, it's actually more difficult getting a cat back on one of these than you might think. They don't make a lot of stuff that is gonna fit, you know, a setup like this with long tube headers. Kind of disappointing, but we'll work through it. We'll figure it out. Final thoughts. The headers have definitely improved the performance, definitely improved the sound. This isn't a fast car by any means. I think if you wanted to make it like modern car powerful, I think we need to do probably some new heads and a better carb, because as far as I know, it's all just factory stuff. There's definitely improvement with the headers, there's no doubt about that. I mean, like I said, it would struggle to do the speed limit, and now it does not struggle to do the speed limit. So I'm gonna call this episode 1. Episode 2, we will get the exhaust connected and plumbed up and fabricated and show you what it sounds like with that. For now, just go ahead and enjoy those open header clips. We hated this car. I was like, when my dad first got it, I was like, why are you, just get rid of it. Like, who cares? But I've kind of developed a fondness for it. It's funny how that works. What's up? Lil Scoop, check him out on SoundCloud.
I'm in starting Bronco.
You want me to start it?
Yeah, I'll start it.
What is your reaction?
Yeah, it's fucking loud as hell.
He is too young to be using language like that.
That permanently damaged my hearing.
Permanently damage your hearing? Your dad's gonna be furious with me. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Episode 1, exhaust clip, full cat back on that car coming in the next episode. So be sure to like and subscribe. We'll hear what this thing sounds like and get you full updates in the videos to come. Thanks for watching.